All right. All right. I think I'm live. We live now, big bro.
uh,
So everybody, welcome. This is the podcast, open discussion. But we're gonna start it off with parenting woes. This is my big brother. Welcome, Mr. Bugatti, Tony, as I know you as. So, I mean, what you going through, fam? What are you going through?
kids,
What about
teenagers,
the kids?
teenagers.
I know they definitely can give you a run for your money,
They're a
man.
different breed, man. They're a
I
different breed.
know.
Teenagers are a different breed, man. In every word, in every aspect of the word, teenagers. A lot of these teenagers in this environment, in this society, these times, are entitled. And then a lot of the older kids within like their late 20s, they're entitled. So when you're trying to parent, as a parent who owns a business, when you're trying to teach your children how to run a business and what it takes to run a business, and they don't want to hear it because they're so used to you expecting you just to do all the time. You know what I mean? And that's not the case. Like I'm trying to, I'm trying to put something in the ground that way. When I transcend, they got something they can feed their kids with, my grandkids, because I got grandkids. So they got something they can feed my grandkids with. But I
Yeah.
feel like they don't take advantage of it. What makes me mad the most, baby sis, no lie, is two of my sons work. And I watch how they get up, get dressed, and get ready for work and get there on time. I watch how they put in everything they supposed to. They put in over what are they supposed to when they go to them jobs. But it's like your father owns a business for the last 3 years. That's lucrative. That we have, we're successful.
Yeah,
We
you
3 years
doing
in.
good.
I feel like
I'm
3 years
trying
in
to
that's
get like
successful.
you.
Exactly. I feel like 3 years in successful. So I'm just like, your father on the bit. Why would you want to grasp that? And I've given all the knowledge and wisdom. I mean, one of my sons have. So I won't say Bubby because Bubby, he works. Like Bubby, he quit his job to come work with me.
That's what
Like
I
Bubby,
was trying to do, but I guess you got to grow a little more before I can come off the truck and
yeah,
get with
it took me, I ain't gonna lie, when I started the business in 2000, what was it, 21? That first year, some change was hard. I'm talking about, it was sometimes I didn't even know I was gonna pay my bills for real.
you.
But
Oh,
what I told myself is this, and this is what I keep telling myself over and over, because wintertime is real hard for us for real. I mean, we see some
what
money,
do
but
you
not like,
do? What do you
huh?
do? Introduce the people to your
Oh
business
yeah,
and
my name.
your
Okay,
yeah.
so we own a business called AIS Junk Removal, in Pennsylvania. We also do jobs down in Maryland as well, but we really in Pennsylvania more so, and we're in like South Central Pennsylvania. And a lot of our jobs around here in South Central Pennsylvania. We also do moving, packing. We do a variety of things. We used to offer dumpsters for a while, but we stopped doing that because it was just a hassle trying to get everything dumped and what was going into it for real. But
How can
for the
they get
most
in
part,
touch with you if they need their junk removed or they need moving services?
oh yeah, if you live in the South Central PA area, you can dial 717-476-2792, or you can email us at AIS Junk Removal 17325 at gmail.com.
What
So,
about your social media handles?
oh yeah, social media, you can look up AIS Junk Removal on Instagram, Facebook, Nextdoor. And if you just want to look up some music and you want some good music, check out Bugatti Bone. You can follow
Oh,
me
he tight now. That's
on
what he
all
used to do before he
platforms.
got into this.
You know
Like
what I
he
mean?
was
Y'all can
on
follow
his
me on all
yeah.
platforms for that. Just look up Bugatti Bone, and it's one word, Bugatti, spelled just like Bugatti, and then Bone, that's just one word. I think on TikTok I'm Bugatti Bone 31 though, so some of them I'm Bugatti Bone 31, but for the most part, on all streaming platforms though, I'm just Bugatti Bone, and you'll know it's me. You'll see my head. So somebody, Trina said we can only blame ourselves for the way these kids are. I won't say that. I can't agree with that statement. I can agree with that statement partially, because I feel like um, we come from that era as parents. I don't know how old y'all. I'm 41, so I come from that
Boy,
era. Me and my wife was talking about this,
what's up,
and
Britt?
Hey Brett, I come from this. We come from the era 41 millennials because I'm considered a millennial. We come
We
from
millennials?
yeah, we millennials. We consider millennials because I think
What's
my children
millennial? What's millennials?
we're 80s,
That's
babies.
okay.
Yeah, we millennials because we was right before internet and all that came out. So when
Okay.
internet was coming out and all social media and stuff was coming out, we were still teenagers. So I think that's why they call us millennials for real. But we millennials, we come from that era where it was predate slavery, and what I mean by that is our parents and grandparents great grandparents and grandparents were slaves. So that mentality of slavery was embedded in the parents. So all the whoopings and stuff you got, a lot of people don't understand. Like a lot of the reason why you get whoopings from parents because it's embedded in this in the
You
black
know what?
community.
I ain't even think of it like that.
Facts. It's truth. It's embedded in us in the black community because that's what we would do. The slaves
They,
didn't.
they
If
use
the slaves didn't live, they
switches.
would beat us.
A
So with
damn
the
switch off a tree is inhumane.
exactly, but think about the switch. What does switch remind you of? A whip.
A slave. Yeah.
Exactly. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like that's why that's why that we have all of them. Yeah, that's why I hate the fact when that switch stuff. I used to hate that because it's a form of abuse. You know what I mean? But that's a whole nother story. I don't want to get too far into that for real. But we come from that time where it was pre-slavery. So we as children, we came up with respect because you know if you didn't listen, you got your face snatched off. So
Shit,
what
bye
happened was now,
bye.
yeah, exactly. So to hit on what she was saying is we can blame ourselves. Yes, we can blame ourselves in that because we Trina said we can only blame ourselves for the way these kids are. Partially because what happened is we as adults had this thing, and I'm not going to treat my kids like our parents did us. We
You
ain't going to beat
know
on our
what?
kids.
I
We're not
did
going to do
that
that.
too.
Exactly. So what
And I think
happened
I
is
handicapped
also
my first few. My first
exactly
two, I fucked them up.
exact. Well, me too. My oldest one. Yeah, I whooped his ass. I ain't even gonna lie.
No, it's not
Um,
even that. It's just like you said, we try to over spoil because of what we did at,
exactly,
and that hurts some kids.
and we try to be friends.
That too.
You know what I mean? And we try to be friends because a lot of us are young parents. Like I'm 41 years old, but I have a 22-year-old son. You get what I'm saying? So I was having kids very young. So now
Me
these
too.
kids are like they're not in our age bracket, but we're able to mingle with our older children a little bit.
So we not
And
that much older than them for real.
exactly. And what happens is these children are beginning to take the, me showing you love and emotion, they beginning to take that as I'm trying to be your friend. And that's where it messes up. You know what I mean?
But you know what though, Tony?
Feel
And
right, you
shit,
right.
we kind of getting that shit back though, cause
Of course.
well, I never was disrespectful. I ain't
I
never
was.
was disrespectful. But
I was.
Daddy always was cool with us, and he got disrespected like it wasn't no tomorrow.
But you remember, but listen, but Daddy didn't play neither. Don't get it
I
twisted
never
like
got
Daddy was
an ass
good.
whooping from
I'm
Daddy.
about to say, because
I got
I
more ass
did.
whoopings from my mother than I
I
did.
did.
I
I
didn't
did.
get
Daddy bumped my
one.
ass one time.
I ain't never got one from him, not one.
From
He
Daddy?
might have talked shit to me, but he ain't never put his hands on me.
Oh, man, listen, I got expelled from school and I didn't go home. But I was, remember, Mello got the basement, right?
Yeah.
Remember that window down there? So I ain't go home, but I was sneaking through the window for real, going in the house. So our cousin Tony told on me. Every time I see Tony, I be like, "You snitched on me, cuz." But she seen me going out one time and told Daddy, "Man, he hit me so, bro. He dropped me. He dropped
Man,
me."
he
Yeah,
body
but
slammed Tasha for
yeah, he dropped me. But the one thing about Daddy though, Daddy once he dealt with the situation, it was done. Like Daddy wasn't the type of person to hold on to it. Once he whooped your ass, it was over.
he done fought half them kids.
Heck yeah, remember he fought Pierre.
Yeah.
But all he did for Pierre, and look what Pierre did to him. So like the one person said, ungrateful ain't the word. Like they I don't get it. Like I don't like we as parents we try to be felt right. He said, man, what ungrateful ain't the word. That's facts because I always ask like I know we can be hard, but what I try to make my kids understand is I want you to be better than I did. You know what I mean? It took me a long time before I finally got my mind right, got my body right, got my mental, it took me a long time to get that in order. You know what
That's
I mean? I had
normal
one over
though.
here, one over here. So I'm
Yeah.
trying to make them understand, like, yo, like I'm 41. Don't wait till you get 30 something years old and you trying to put your life back together. You at an age now that I can teach you everything. That everything that I learned now, I can teach it to you. But you got to be willing to listen. I can teach you
You
how to
gotta
build
be
credit.
willing to receive it for sure.
Exactly. And I'm not gonna talk to you, hey, how you doing? And I'm not gonna talk to you. My kids, for some reason, when they with their friends, is you can cuss with your friends, but when your father coming at you and telling you something for you to listen to, you don't want to hear me. And I'm trying to give you the guidance because I'd have been through it 100 times. I'd have lived in the hood. I'd have soldier. I'd have been on the streets. I'd have been on the corners. I'd have been in and out of prison. I can tell you what not to do. You just gotta listen to me. And I feel like sometimes my kids don't listen to me and it hurt my heart because I don't want them to make the same mistakes I did. And I try my hardest every single summer I have to make sure they got the same guidance that they need. I raised all four of my kids the same way, and they're all different. Everybody possesses information differently. Facts,
That,
Amar.
yeah, true.
Facts. I
That's
respect
true.
that. Facts. I respect that.
But you know what though? I think because like I know when I was younger, it's kind of dumb as a kid, but man, they going through that. That ain't gonna happen to me though. I'm good. That ain't
yeah,
gonna happen to me. I'm
yeah,
invincible. I
yeah,
got this.
yeah, and that's what it is. And you know what? That's how we was. Because I remember when I was younger, I ain't want to hear nothing the old heads was saying.
I
Like who
did
you like?
though.
You don't know what you talk. You old. And I
I
think
did.
now, I think well, as I didn't as a teenager. Once I got in my late 20s, when I did that first state bid, that's when I really started listening to the old heads because I realized I seen a lot of the old men sitting. Proud of example. This last 5.5 I did. When I was sitting in there, I watched this man. He had been in prison, I think, like 40 years.
Damn,
He,
40. He did
he had
40
been in
years?
prison 40 years. He did 40 straight, and he was about to get out, and he was crying. He was literally in tears. And I'm talking to him like, oh, why you crying? Like, you about to go home? He said, man, I'm scared. Because he didn't know 40 years.
Yeah, that is a long
And
time.
you coming into a time with social media and cell phones and computers and you don't know how to work none of this stuff. We didn't no cell phones out when you was out.
No.
You know what I mean? So when I saw that, that's what really made me, that's what clicked to me. I was like, yo, I refuse to be him. And I want my kids to understand the same thing. Yo, it's so much more to life. Like being
They got
legal,
small minds. We gotta find a way to expand it.
yeah, but how do you do that when they don't want to expand it? When the only thing they want to do is listen to NBA YoungBoy.
You know what? That's the problems that pastors and preachers face. They face how to get the word across to sinners. It's like you have to somehow, not to say get on that level, but you got to get on that level for them to understand you. Because if you preaching something as if you above them, of course they're not going to receive it. Because nobody want nobody talking at them. They want somebody to talk to them. Like,
Right.
don't talk at me. Like, who you talking? I mean, I don't care if you my daddy. I love you, and I ain't going to disrespect you. But it's hitting a brick wall, nigga.
Yeah, but
It's hitting a brick wall.
like since I hear that, but then I ask this question here. 80s is Generation X. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. No weirdos allowed. I appreciate that. Generation X. So who's the millennials? Why people say we millennials? I don't mean to go off
That's
topic.
why I say you sure,
Yeah.
because I
Why
could have
they consider us
sworn
millennials then?
millennials was the
And no
2000
weirdos allowed.
kids.
Thanks for the correction. I was wrong. Again, I don't really know a whole. I just know I'm an 80s baby. That's all I know. They just start coming up with all these millennials and X's but no, that's allowed because I think the 40s or when they was coming from the army, they was called baby boomers.
No, baby boomers, I think, is the 60s and 70s, I think.
Okay,
I
so my
think that's
mom's a
the,
baby boomer.
I don't got my laptop. I could,
Okay,
yeah.
and
Let me
that's
see.
where we went wrong. Trina? What you mean by that, Trina? What you mean by that's where we went wrong? What you mean by like, don't make them who you hate in peace?
What's up,
What's
Eric?
going
How
on,
you
Eric?
doing, fam? Friends with your children.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
facts,
it's a fine line for sure.
facts.
It's
But it's
definitely a fine
difficult.
line.
You know what it is with us, Trina. This is why I say with us. I feel like, and Trini, I'm sorry if I pronounced it wrong, but this is where I feel we went wrong. I mean, this is why I feel we have. It's kind of hard for us. See, we are young parents, and it's like we don't come. We're the era that tries to change the trajectory when it came to raising our kids. Yeah, we might have chastised them from time to time, but like me now, I don't even put my hands on my kids. Like I feel you can
I ain't
talk to
got
them. You
time
don't.
for it.
Yeah, I
The
don't, and
older
I feel
you
like I
get,
just
I
talk to
don't
them.
want to. That's
Yeah,
too
and I
much energy.
and I want to, but
Yeah.
I feel like us being young parents, it almost by default we became like a homie, especially with your oldest kid. Especially with your oldest kid.
I grew up with my kid because I had my
Exactly. Me
first
too.
kid when
Me
I
too.
was
I grew up
14.
with my oldest son,
Yeah,
so
I
it's
was a
like
whole kid myself
exactly.
having
You feel what I'm
kids.
saying? So it's kind of like
Yeah.
it's weird how that dynamic is. Even though Trina, you are 100% correct. It's just weird how the dynamic is when it comes to children. Like it's weird how that is, man. It blows my mind, and I'm trying to find a better, how can I say, like a better way of dealing with it without because I'm to the point now. I'm giving the same, especially my older kids. I'm more so speaking on my older children because I
It's
have
tough
older kids.
love. That's what I'm
Yeah,
doing with my oldest
and
son.
that's where I'm at with it. I'm to the point now. It's more so like the same energy given is the same energy you're gonna
That's
receive,
all you can do.
and
They
that's where I'm at with
grown.
it. because I love
They
them.
grown. My thing is, as long as you did your part to
Right.
get them to their 18, you be surprised how what you told them you don't think it's stuck. But some years down the line, as like you said, once they get wiser, you know what, Dad? I'm sorry I put you through that. I get it now. I get it. Like they
There you go.
immature now. They have to grow up.
Yeah, I had to call my mother and tell my mother that the one time. I called her mother. I said, Mom, I'm sorry, because I get it now. You know what I mean? My grandma raised 7 kids and 14 grandkids with that switch. Put some respect on that switch. Hold on. Ain't no weirdos allowed. Put some respect on the switch for real. We're not, that switch done raised all of us. You heard me? We're not taking nothing from that switch. Believe that. What I am going to say, though, what I will say, though, is you have to respect the fact of that was a form of child abuse. Period. I'll put respect on it because it's an 80s baby, and there's a man who has caught that switch on multiple occasions. Okay, and this how you know you done caught that switch for real. When they tell you go get the switch, what's the first switch you grab? The littlest one.
Then you start picking the lead.
Exactly, because you think he ain't gonna do nothing, and you realize
go
5 slaps in that you should have got the bigger one.
Go get a bigger switch.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't worry about it. I'll go get it.
That part. So I get it.
Oh my God. Shit, I had special belts that was for that. Like I had a whole thick ass belt that was for when they fucked up. I ain't gonna lie, I beat my kids in the beginning. I did
too. But let me tell you what messed me up. One time my oldest daughter, she did something once. She was about to go to school. She did something, and when I told her, I told her something, and she rolled her eyes at me. Oh, I told her little ass up. Oh, I told her little ass up. Yes, I did. Well, she goes to school, okay, and tells the teachers that I beat her.
Oh no!
Okay? So I get a call.
That's why I had to stop.
I get a call. I get a call for children and youth. They come to the house, okay, and you know I'm daddy, son. So when they come to the house, she said, "Yeah, your child said you." I said, "I whooped her ass." Yes, I did. I said, "That is my child. I'm the one taking care of her." I said, "I whooped her ass." Yes, I did. Guess what the lady? She said, "Sir, I didn't mean anything by it." She said, "I just want to know, like, was it what's the name?" I said, "No, I took my hand and I whooped her ass." And what the lady said, she said, long as what's the name is not used, a weapon.
That's what they told me. Because my kids called on me
good.
too.
Yeah, she said, long as a weapon
is used, smart and shit.
She said, but if you use your hand and you're not balling up your fist, that's fine. She shouldn't have told me that. She shouldn't have told me that.
You know what's crazy? These kids are so fucking dumb. If you call Child Protective Service and they take y'all stupid asses out of here, now you in the foster home and you don't know where you know how much trouble you could bring to your house by getting them involved?
That part. And you know what I told my kids? When I look at my daughter, it's crazy that you said that. And don't pay no bills. Dolphins. That part. And don't pay not near bill. You feel what I'm saying? But you know what I told her though when she called them people? That was the first and last time she called them people on me, sis. You know what I told them when they left?
We catching them with these fucking
listen, sis. When they left, sis, I looked her in her face. I said, if you call them again, I'm going to tell them to take you.
My God.
This way you ain't never got to worry about daddy doing that again. That was the last time she called them people. She ain't never called them people again.
My oldest son called. The only one out of all my kids that called was my oldest. My oldest son always tried to do vindictive shit. He tried to fucking break me down. That's why I'm glad he grown now. Like, nigga, I ain't got to worry with you no more.
It's
you
crazy.
Out my house, you ain't never got to call me no more. I mean that shit from the bottom. I love you. But I ain't dealing with your shit no more. It's like, don't have to.
Yeah, and that's where I'm at with my oldest
one. Shit at this point.
All right, yeah. That's where I'm at with it, yo. I'm just tired of giving and giving. Like, I get it. Like, you my child. Like, I enjoyed that moon when your conception was had. So I get that part. You did not ask to be here. That was not upon your request.
Tell the story how your son threw that in your face.
And daddy didn't want to be your friend. Facts. My father ain't know nothing but daddy. Daddy being our friend. Piggy, picture that.
Daddy, my friend though. I respect my mother raised me to be respectful, so I know the respect. She raised me, so I never.
But see, daddy, our friend now because we older.
No,
It's
oh,
different.
he always been my friend.
He wasn't my
'Cause
friend
I,
when
I
I was
knew,
a kid.
I seen the dad. I know Daddy can fight, so I didn't want them problems. So
No,
I ain't never
I just seen
crossed his
Daddy beat a
line.
couple niggas ass.
Yeah, I ain't never want to cross his line. I wanted to stay on his good side, so I never gave him a reason to put
Yeah,
his
see,
hands.
he said he did that with y'all. The boys, crack. They ain't talking none of that. You
Yeah,
talking on
Daddy
y'all.
been my friend. He
Me
always been
pounding
my
all us,
friend.
we went through it. We correct. For real. Don't let her fool y'all. Don't let her sit up here and
No,
try to
I'm
make it seem like
serious. I swear
Daddy
to
was
God.
all cool and
I
all that.
never. So of course, cause Tasha always tried Daddy, but I ain't. I
Yeah,
was a
Tasha was
petty
disrespectful
bitch.
though. That's why Daddy beat playing Tasha. She was disrespectful. She got
He
all her daddy
still be
face and everything
fucking
at one
up.
time.
He
He
still
whooped her
be
ass
fucking.
in there, y'all. I was there.
They
I
be
was there.
fighting each other. They be fighting each other to
I
this
was there the one
day.
time. No, that be Tasha. The one time I'm trying to tell you, sis, I was there the one time.
She
And she
body
said
slammed
something.
him a few weeks
Yeah,
ago. She
who did?
body, yeah, Tasha.
Yeah,
She
she out of
body
pocket.
slammed him, and then Simone it was a whole pulled the gun on her, bruh. And Daddy landed like this.
You out of pocket.
I don't know what kind of toxic ass relationship they got, but that
No,
shit got stuck.
listen. They called me the other day on the phone arguing.
Oh,
Tasha and Daddy. And now they got me taking sides. I said, I'm done with y'all, man. I'm done
man,
with
him
y'all.
and Simone, they be giving Daddy a run for his money, and they
Yeah,
grown.
listen. Shimon and we saying all this because even in adult years, these kids still get on your damn
And they
nerves.
in their 40s still fucking with
Our
their
sisters and brothers is in their 40s and they still giving my
and he
daddy hell.
almost 80 and still catching up.
Still
They
catching.
won't leave him alone.
Won't leave him
They
alone.
won't.
Won't leave him alone.
I seen them getting on his nerves and the expression on his face like, help me.
He called me. He said, Tony, I need you to talk to your sister, man.
Oh
I
my
said, what?
God.
He said, I need you to talk to your sister. I said, what happened? So then Tasha gets on the phone. I said, man, I ain't getting in this, man. For real, I already know how y'all get down. Ain't got nothing to do with it.
That's why I'll be hanging with him because I can't do it. I can't.
I got more rhyme time. I got more whooping from my mother than my father because my father was locked up the majority of my life.
I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah, sorry to hear that, man. And that's the crazy part about it is a lot of in the black community. That's a lot. That's a lot. You know what I mean? That's a lot, man. And in a lot of communities,
You
that's a
definitely
lot.
gotta give credit, like to my brother. I see a lot of guys that is awesome fathers, man. So to all the awesome dads in here, I
Facts.
love y'all. I'm proud
Facts.
of y'all, and I
Let's get a
really
hand. Let's get a
appreciate
hand clap for the
y'all.
one time for the
Cause
awesome
I have
fathers in here,
a
man.
few of mine left
For
me
real.
hanging the fence for mine, and that's just crazy.
And I tell people all the
They
time.
actually fucked my kids up, leaving them to hang like that.
See, Trini said I didn't play
I
with
didn't play
mine.
with mine.
Go
Now they
ahead.
are all grown and they are my best friends. Yeah, you done instill. You know what I realized? If you instill the fear in your kids from the time they born until they get it, you ain't got to do much because you didn't already instill what you had to instill in them.
Facts.
You done already did it.
Facts.
Like my kids know not to fuck with me, but so much they already know.
Yeah, but see,
They know how far to go before I'm
and
like,
that's how mine
don't
are.
worry about it. Either we about
That's
to
how
physically
mine
get
are.
into it, or you about to be completely cut the fuck off. Don't
I had to,
worry about it.
I had to
My
fight my
kids
oldest
know
son.
me.
I had to fight my oldest son. And ever since then,
Hey
my oldest.
Tony,
Yeah.
I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Let me see. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me
Let me
now?
see.
Yeah, because you blanked out there for like 2 seconds.
I can't hear. Let me see.
Can you hear me now? I don't know what happened.
Tony, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. Let's see. Let me see. I wonder, is my mic working, y'all? Is my mic working?
Yeah, you
Let me
on.
see.
You good.
You got to keep them out. You got to keep them out, them friend circles. That's true. Because you know what? My oldest kids, they started going down the drain when they started getting them toxic ass girlfriends. They started hanging with other street kids that didn't have much going for
That part.
themselves. So a lot of times, some of these street kids that see your kid got a nice family home, they'll try to influence them to mess up to be just like them. And sometimes
Yeah,
the
because
kids fall
they
for it to where
jealous.
you kind of lose your kids to the streets, even though you tried.
Because they jealous.
Can't hear you, Tony. Let me see. Uh,
Let me see.
let me see.
See if I can.
Let me
Can you
invite
hear
you
me now?
again, Tony. Hold up. Let me see something. Let me
Can you
try
hear
to
me now?
invite you again. Let
Can
me see.
you hear me now?
And y'all,
Can you hear me
somebody,
now?
y'all can join. Y'all can actually join the
Can you hear me
session
now?
if you guys want. I'm gonna put the link in the comment
Can you hear me
section,
now?
and y'all can click the link
You.
to join if y'all want to add y'all 2 cents. So here we go.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hey Tony, I'm gonna take you out of the live, and then I'm gonna add you back in the live. Maybe that can help it. Okay. Let me see. Let me see. Remove from stage. Okay. Can y'all hear me? I don't even know if I'm doing it. Let me try it again. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Can you hear me?
How about, yeah, I can hear you. I
Yeah.
don't know what
Yeah,
that
you like, no,
was.
what happened was for some reason, like you blinked out for a second, and then when you came back in, you couldn't hear me.
Oh.
Yeah, you got to keep them
Oh.
out of them
Okay.
friend circle and grow up. Yeah, you definitely got to keep them out the friend circle. But what I learned with my oldest kids, like I was saying, me and my oldest son had a situation. Like we actually had to, have a conversation. You know what I mean? Like we had to have a conversation. I'm gonna just leave it at that. You know what I mean? So, but we've been better since then
Yeah. Hey
because
Pierre. Hey
yeah, because
Pierre.
I let him.
Sometimes it can go like that. Sometimes, but no, we are parents that's really involved in kids. You do got some toxic ass parents out here that don't need no goddamn kids.
For
Some
real.
of these motherfuckers, yeah, some of these mothers and fathers, they definitely put their kids through unnecessary neglect, abandonment, abuse. I get that, but this is not the case with me and my brother. We actually really, been active parents that's been doing our part. Him as a
Mhm.
father and me as a mother. Like we really been doing our
And
part.
you know what's crazy? As we do a mental health podcast called Two Cool Dudes. Again, all on all streaming platforms. Check the podcast out. And in mental health, one of the biggest causes of suicide in the home is due to children.
Oh.
The father is usually the biggest one in the home who, because men are the biggest ones who commit suicide.
Oh no,
And it's usually
really?
by gun. Yeah, it's usually by gun too, which is crazy. But the biggest wish name push, sometimes it's alcohol involved and maybe drugs, but it's literally the wish name from children. And a lot of parents get so overwhelmed from the children that they feel like they can't take it anymore and they react in a different manner and they do so. Millennials were born 1981 to 1986. I
Oh,
thought
so that
so.
is true.
I told you. I thought I wasn't. Thank you, Toria. I thought
Oh,
so.
okay.
But yeah. Um,
What's
so
up, big bro?
would that be
I mean,
okay?
little bro.
Okay.
Little bro. What's up, Pam?
Pal, he was not always your. Matter of fact, he was your friend because you spoiled. That's our little brother right there. If anybody want
But
to
he
know who
always
Frankie
been
Pound is,
respectful though.
oh, no, Pound spoiled. Ain't no respectful.
No,
He's
but he never was a bad. Well, no, he wasn't a bad
no.
kid.
Pound was one of that. Pound was one of the favorites. Pound wasn't a bad kid. No, he wasn't.
Yeah, because he
He
looked
definitely
just like
wasn't.
daddy.
Yeah,
All
he
the kids
definitely.
that look like daddy got a little bit of favoritism.
Yeah, plus he got daddy name too.
Yeah, he
You
a
know, he's a
junior.
junior. He one of the juniors.
Let me see.
Bro, hey, Pound, can you get Pound there?
Let me see. He got. Let me see. He got to click the link. Click the link, pal. Let me
Click the
see.
link, little bro.
If I put it in the
He might be working though. He might be working.
Let me see. Yeah, I put it in the comment section. That's
Yeah.
the. Let me see. I'm gonna send
If
it
you're
to
not
him.
working, bro, hit the link because he might be at work.
Hold up.
Uh,
Wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute, y'all. Okay.
he's talking about he was always his friend too. Of course he was. You know, you was one of the favorites.
Shit, I didn't want to be the favorite. Fuck that.
Pound was definitely one of the favorites.
I
Look,
didn't
look,
want to be the
hey,
favorite.
hey, baby says he was one of the
What?
favorites until he moved with me.
You know what came with the favorite? My other kid, the other siblings trying to fight me or do devious shit because they think I'm getting attention that I don't deserve.
Oh, we was never really like that though, for real.
Let me
I ain't gonna
see.
hold you.
Tasha put me through fucking hell.
Yeah, we was not really like that for
Let me
real.
see. How you do this shit? Y'all still trying to learn this stuff. Hold up.
Take your
Okay.
time.
Okay, there we go. All right, boom.
Take your time.
Okay, let me see. Go out and okay, wait a minute. All right. Don't waver in teachings and expectation, then they will respect you. Not necessarily like you, but good chances they still will. Yeah,
Mm,
you do gotta stay
facts.
consistent. That's
Facts.
what anything. That's what
Facts.
a relationship with that's with anything. Because when you stay consistent, it's like you're programming it into a habit. Because anything you do consistently over 30 days becomes programmed into the subconscious mind. So you're
Facts.
right. Consistency is all, even with anyone working out, eating right, everything.
Okay, so pound, I got another question for you. If that's the case, now what happens if that is the case and you continue to do that and you
Thank
have
you,
done
Round
all that?
Top.
Yes, we can hear both of y'all. Thanks, Round Time. Let's say that you do all that and you still don't get what you need. They still, then what? Like, do you just now? Is it
But
more
you know
so
what, too, though? A lot of times you do have to factor in that some children do struggle with mental illness. As much as we hate for
facts?
mental illness to come at our doorstep to us or to our children, you have to factor that in when dealing with behaviors or their issues.
Mm, true.
And some of them are undiagnosed.
I don't believe in
Some
that diagnosis bullcrap.
Well, I
I
mean,
don't.
some
I think
people
that's a
do
corrupt.
struggle. Some people
Now,
they might
now,
have
now,
schizophrenia, and you don't really. It might be mild schizophrenia.
I get that. I'm
Yeah,
not, and before let me make sure I say what I need to say before people take it the wrong way. I am in no way a doctor. I don't have a doctor's degree or none of that. My opinion, again, my opinion and labels is different from what other people may think. Now,
yeah, it is.
are there people who have mental health issues and as a mental health advocate? Yes, there are people who have mental health issues and they deal with a lot of things. But I think what has happened in society is they're so quick to label it something
That's true.
without actually
Especially that
figuring out the actual
ADHD.
source.
Yeah, you know
Exactly.
how much unnecessary Ritalin that got pushed out.
Exactly. So that's why I say with the labels, I don't like how because they immediately, oh, he got schizophrenia, oh, he got ADHD, or he got this and that. Well, what is the source of why he's acting like this? Because if we can get to that source, he might not have nothing at all. But if you tell a child that he has this, and you keep telling the child that he has this,
It's
that
like the
child is going to
placebo
believe
with
that that's what it
placebo
is.
effect. Yeah, the
You get what I'm
placebo.
saying? So
Yeah,
that's why I don't like when they label children. So, and it's a known fact that in the black community they labeled out black children so many different things just to get that medicine pumped into them.
yeah.
That's where the ADHD and all that
Yeah, if
stuff
anything,
coming
they
from.
be trying to lock up our brothers for drug
Exactly.
dealing, but the government is the biggest drug dealer on the fucking planet that's
Big
getting
big
killing
farmer,
niggas.
big farmer makes anywhere between, and again, don't quote me on this because you know our little brother he gonna fact check me. But big farmer makes up to I want to say close to 100 bill a year just off of
Yeah, that's a
pills.
$1 billion industry
A
for
billion
real.
dollar industry. Okay, Art and Glen Burnie. Safe
And then
travels.
they got a nerve. Hey, if you took this medicine in 1995, you may have a case. Please
Yeah,
call us up.
yeah, yeah. You may have a case because if you took it in 1995, by now it has done what it was supposed to do, so you might be dying.
So
So, but
now
if you
they
want
can lose the money. It's
to, yep,
okay to lose it because we done already made what
yep,
we projected off of
yep.
it.
So now we done got everything. So now if you want to get some of the money back we already took from you, file this paperwork and let's see if you get a clause. Plus, we're gonna take 30% of that
Yeah,
too for
taxes.
filing for you.
The
Plus, tax is
government,
gonna
man.
take some more. So by the time you get it, it wasn't even worth you filing.
Yeah, just like Daddy
Alicia,
said,
hey, good afternoon.
fuck the little pimps. The government, the biggest pimp in the whole
And the
fucking
government, the
world.
biggest gangster in the
The
world.
gangster shit. The nigga got a cane. Yo, Uncle
Government,
Sam,
the biggest
bro.
gangster in the world. They talking about gangsters in the hood. Like the one dude, the one brother said on the video, he said, y'all already talk about my 9 and my 4.5, and we culling, we killing. He said, y'all ain't even got the weapons that these people got, but you in here talking about your 9 and your 4.5. I said, ooh, he said something with that one right there. You know what the government working with? You fighting the enemy. The enemy the true enemy that we fighting, a 9 and a
It's
4.5 ain't
chemical.
gonna do nothing.
Yeah, it's chemical warfare.
Exactly. A 9 and a 4.5 ain't gonna do nothing. So when he said that, it registered like that, he on point. You know what
Man,
I mean?
fuck,
Like he
matter
on
of
point.
fact, fuck chemical warfare. Mind
Yeah,
warfare.
mental. Like Daddy always say, the mind. You get the mind. And anytime, I'm gonna tell you something. And again, I don't want to go off track too far for real, but I gotta speak on this quick. We have an individual. I won't go into it because I'm not political, but I'll just say we have an individual who was just convicted on 34 felony counts. But that said individual who also said out his own mouth that a person who is trying to go for the highest seat within the United States of America, cause that if a person who has a felony, what's the name, tried to run for that seat, it would be an atrocity to the United States of America. Yet and still, the same individual has just been convicted on 34 felony counts and is still running for the
Oh, they
highest
didn't
seat.
take him. They didn't take him from running. They didn't
No,
remove.
not at
Oh, they
all.
didn't. Oh my God! How is that?
Exactly my point. That's
So
why I say that.
there's an agenda. There's always a fucking agenda
I say
behind
that.
everything.
So if that goes to show you if that don't show you how big the government is, I don't know what else it is. It's brothers that have come home with minor felony convictions. And let's say he got caught, he sold a drug, he sold to undercover. So he got a sale now. Okay? So he goes to prison, he does some time, he comes home. Now, because he has that drug felony on his, what's the name? Sometimes he can't get a job. And if he does find
I
a
be
job, it's
feeling
very hard
sorry
for him to
for
get
them.
one. And if he does get a job, it's a very low income paying job. You get what I'm saying? Yet and still, we have a man that is 34,
And guilty.
34 at one time can literally apply for the highest seat and be making. I think they make 400,000 per year.
What the people in the government?
No, the president makes 400,000 per year when they become the president.
I
After
thought
they
he made less than that.
no, no, it's 400,000. I thought it was 200,000, but I think it's 400,000.
Well, probably
And
with inflation and everything
yeah, I think it's 400,000, and then once they leave office, they still get 200 and something thousand per year
for their whole life, the rest
for
of
their
their life.
whole life. Plus, they get Secret Service, what's the name, for their whole life. Round Time said, "I just called them gifts. You dropping some bags on you, sis."
Man, but damn, y'all, like, so what's the real reason that they would leave him in office and he's breaking the rules of his runnings, his qualifications?
Well, it's not even really breaking the rules because what that has proved to us is even if you are a convicted felon, you can still run for office, which a
Well, they
lot of people
is
don't.
opening up the spectrum of who can become president ever since Obama got in.
Man, they pick who they want to be president. That ain't no opening it up. That's why when people talk about they voting and all that, I sit back and again, my opinion, okay? They messed my brother up with that medication. I thank you, Rhyme Time, thank you.
Man, I used to
I know a
feel
lot of
sorry
young
for
kids
my
got messed up
nephew.
from that medicine,
My
and them
nephew
kids,
used to be so out of it. I'm like,
yup,
"Sis, take him off
yup,
that shit. He a
yup, yeah,
zombie, yo.
yeah, yup,
Like, he can't even smile.
yup,
He don't even know where he at.
yup,
And he's thinking he's trying to jump and play
yup.
like the nigga
I've
don't even know.
I've seen kids,
That's
man, who were happy-go-lucky kids. They were a little rambunctious, but they were happy-go-lucky kids. And they get them kids that medication, and them babies look gone. We need Trump back. You forgot how good the economy was with him.
You
See,
know what? I can't even
see,
lie from a trucker's
see.
perspective. You know what? And I ain't gonna say I like Trump as a person, but as far as his business mindset, I ain't gonna front. Truckers was eating nice. And I just seen a fucking clip where Biden said that he's working on getting autonomous trucks out there to where truck drivers going to have to look for another job. So Biden always against truckers, but I ain't gonna lie, Trump was for the truckers. We
Let me
was
let
eating
me
hands over fists.
let me make you understand something. This is what a lot of people don't understand. Again, my opinion. What a lot of people don't understand is this. People always say when Trump was in office, the economy was better. But people don't understand that every person that comes into office is only the manager of the job. That's
True.
it. It's just like when you
Or
have a
the puppet.
manager at Walmart, they're the manager and the puppet. Trump, Biden, Obama, Bush controlled nothing. If they controlled it, why is it has to go to the Senate to get signed off on?
Yeah,
Why is it
definitely,
has to
yeah,
go
they
to
don't have the final
these
say
people
so.
to
They
get
have to
what's
work
name?
together.
And Prime Time hit it on the nose. What a lot of people don't know. All 44 presidents that we have had are related. This is something that you can Google yourself.
That is true. Because they
They
do
are
them
all related.
rituals.
So
Y'all
if
think
that doesn't,
Hollywood, y'all think Hollywood do them rituals. The fucking government is the main
it is
ritual
known
motherfuckers
that
out
when
there.
President George Washington took the oath to become president, he had a masonry
What's up,
Bible that he
Chappelle?
had his hand on. That is a known thing. So people are mad at the wrong people. They want to blame Biden, which again, I don't
He
agree with
talk
him either.
shit though.
I
Fuck
don't like
that
him neither.
old. Don't
I don't
know if he
like
about to
I don't
die
like him
today or
neither.
tomorrow.
I don't like him neither, so I get it. But what I try to make people understand is Biden and them is not the person. It's the government behind the person. So if they want to implement to make him do this and that, he's going to do what they tell him to do.
He
That's
have to do
it.
what they tell him to do.
They don't, them presidents don't run nothing. When y'all voting to elect these people, them votes do not matter. They already know who they're going to put in there. They know who they're going to put in there. You don't think these
Everything,
people know this
everything is
already?
definitely a veil.
Come
Half
on,
these
man.
citizens think they see shit with no, they putting veils over all our
Come
eyes.
on, man. And then when
Everything
the
is a
pan,
veil.
even with the pandemic, like Samuel said, you don't understand it was a pandemic. Even with the pandemic, it is known now that that pandemic was all made up. They did what they did just to do what they did because it's all about population control. That's why in the pandemic, Bill Gates and all them got all this money. All the big churches got all this money, and Bill Gates bought up all this land. Why is he buying up all this land? And then Bill Gates bought up a whole bunch of stuff. And then if you do your research, Bill Gates had his hands in COVID. So did CDC Fauci. He had his hands in there. So the stuff that they was telling y'all on TV was all lies. But people fell for it. In
That's
Florida,
why
you
I
can be
don't watch the
convicted of a felony
news.
and still vote
I
and
don't
run for
watch
a
the
government.
news like that.
Yeah,
I'm
Larry
not
Sneed.
into the news.
But it's not about even watching the news. It's just about being research. Larry Sneed said in Florida, you can be a convicted felon and still vote or run for a government. Facts. In Florida, you can also, Florida has that stand your ground law too. Now, if you can run, if you can still vote and run for government, the question I have, Larry Sneed, is can you own a firearm as a felon or a long gun? Is it the
Biden, hey Chappelle, deuces, sweetheart.
same?
Biden
All them,
speculating Trump hallucinating.
I speak,
No,
all the
Biden be
minds speak life.
hallucinating with his old day.
Speak life. And Biden do be speculating because this what he do, sis. He be like, yeah, and we're gonna move, and the chips fell out the bag, um, but we're fighting for, um,
Ain't that motherfucker in his 80s?
and that's how he be. That's his,
Is he
and I
in
be
his 80s?
yeah, sis, and yeah, he's like 83, 84.
God damn, nigga, since you retire your old ass somewhere,
But
bro.
see, that's another thing. This is the same man who also was locking a bunch of black people up back then too and said black people shouldn't even be out here. One kid was on the medicine and he tried to stab his mother and sister and he said Chris Bonnet told him to do it. Exactly. You see what I'm saying, Ron
It's a
Time?
side
That
effect.
medicine is not good for them kids, man. I
I
tell
ain't
people
gonna
all the
lie, they
time.
tried to diagnose my son and they had him on some
They
medicine
diagnosed
for,
both of mine.
but they tried, I tried
Okay,
the
I love you. Come
medicine,
here.
but they tried to say he was bipolar and that medicine was giving him titties, like real female. I had to take him off that shit.
See my
Hey,
beautiful.
wifey. Hey, girl. You got anything you want to say about this stuff? Come give your 2 cents, sister girl.
I have to go to work, but
Okay,
my
sweetie.
husband is doing great for the both of us.
Yes,
So.
he always. Have a good day, sister girl. Have a good day.
That's my baby.
Can you please put me on because you took the politics? That's my lane right there.
Yeah, need
I
to
put
talk to
the
you.
Well, let me see. I
Yeah,
put the link. I
let
put
Larry
the
Sneed
link.
hop in there so we can know what's going on
I'm
in the
gonna try to
politics.
put the link in there again. Let me try it one more time.
And again, people, look, when we on here, this is a healthy debate. I mean, it's not even a debate, it's just a healthy platform for us to learn about parenting, politics, and things like that. We're in no way, shape, or form denouncing anybody or anything. We just want to learn more and express how we feel and our opinions about things while understanding how y'all feel as well. So
Did it go through? Oh,
it
there
should
we
have,
go.
I seen the link in the comments.
Yeah, I posted it again. Hey, Pinky, pin your stream. I did. I
Yes,
pinned
he
it.
did.
Oh, how you pin it? How you do it? All right, let me see. Hold up. Let me
Alicia,
try
you
it.
gonna have to drop some live knowledge on baby sis.
Let me see. I don't know how to do that. I'm still learning
I
StreamYard. My
know.
sis know how to work all this shit.
Right.
Let me see. I don't know how to hold up. Wait a minute. Shape, you got to show me how to work this stuff because she be going live. Check my sister Shape World out too. She be going live almost every day. She's another female truck driver. Yeah, Shape World.
What's her ads?
Right here, Shape World
Shake
15.
World, okay.
Yeah. I don't she know how to do it. I don't know how to do this shit.
Yeah,
She know
Shake
how
World,
to
you got
put
to drop some knowledge. And shout out
see
to Shake
something.
World, man. I love our black women on them
Let me
trucks,
see what
man.
this
I
is.
love to see our black women getting to it. So shout out to you, Shake World. Keep getting to it.
Let me
Keep showing
see.
these people that our black women are not just twerking and what's the name? Like our
Get
black women
her,
is
bro. Let
they
me
get to
see.
the mud. You know what I mean?
He
I
said, I
know
don't get how a misdemeanor 20 years ago mattered today. It
facts.
shouldn't. I thought a lot of companies only go back, what, 10 years, 7 years? I guess
No,
it
they
depends on
only
the
go back
job.
that far, but I feel like what he's saying, and Smells, correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like he's saying why is it even still on your record? Like
That's true.
if I get a misdemeanor 20 years ago, after 10 years, you telling me it don't show up or they don't see it, then why is it still on my record? Why you
That's
can't
a
remove
fact.
it?
You think that should be the same thing for felonies, depending on what the felony was?
Now with felonies, and this is why I say with felonies I kind of understand because of the harshness of some felonies. Like, you know what I mean? What they consider anyway. I think some of them is bullshit, but what they consider as harshness, I respect it to an extent. So in the eyes of what the government says, the felony. It still should be a minute way to get it off your record. Like in the state of Pennsylvania, the only way to get a felony removed from your record is to have it expunged or you got to get pardoned by the governor, and it has to be after I think 10 years after the case and everything. And if you were on parole, you have to wait 10 years after the case and then 10 years after parole. You know what I mean? But I think it should be a more minute way to get rid of the felony after a certain amount of time. So if you do 7 years for the misdemeanor, I say maybe 10 years for the felony, and then you just file like a paperwork and they can have it removed if it's a felony that's not that what's the name? Because
Yeah,
we
because
know
all
those.
felonies are not serious.
Exactly. A terrorist threat. So if I tell you, I'm gonna do something to you, and you go tell the police on me, that's a felony.
Yeah, that's dumb.
You know what I
That's
mean? China
a
owns
fucking
40%
felony.
of America. Facts. All the mind says China owns 40% of America. That is facts.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, I'm scared. I'm terrified because y'all know we don't own ourselves. We got
We
the
don't own
birth
nothing.
certificate and the social security card to
Yes.
where we are owned by America is a corporation.
And it's a what's the name in your name? There's a trust in your name that
We
they
got to
put
try to
money in
find.
consistently,
Yeah,
and
they
they
supposed to
have
be
that
able to
money
pay
in you.
anything if you do. I forget how you do it, but I did some research on it.
Yep.
But you got to go through a lot of shit to get granted for
Yep.
anything to get paid for.
Yep. And the crazy part about it is, it makes you think first and foremost. If neither one of y'all, Trump has my vote, Patrick, you know what? I'm glad he does, man, and I'm glad that you're exercising your right to vote. Now nobody, like I'm not the type of person who looks at it like as I'm scared, but I recognize now that like everything that we have is owned by them once the
That's
birth
what I'm
certificate
saying.
and the card is issued. And
Because
once you
at
realize
any
that,
given moment, I feel
word,
like slavery could come back. At any
mm-mm,
given moment, we could lose
it'll
our
never come back.
freedom.
It'll never come back. You know
How?
why? You know why?
How? How?
This is one thing I say about this generation of teenagers. You think that these teenagers is gonna let Whitey tell them to go to get your? Do you really?
but I don't think if slavery came back, it would necessarily be colorism. I think it would be all people. Like it'd be a war against the people. And
Okay,
just,
okay, I like that too. Okay, I hear that. Do you think that these teenagers, black, white, Spanish, Indian, do you think that these teenagers with the mind that they have and the rap music that they listen to, with gang, gang, bang, bang, you think that they're gonna let the ops, because that's what they're gonna call them, you think they're gonna let the ops and them run down on them? Man, please.
you know what? Some of these people on the streets got way better experience in the military,
My
motherfucker.
point exactly.
Some of
I'll
these
put it this
street
way.
niggas
I'll
is
put it this way.
certified
When you
killers.
seen the Proud Boys and they was running down, where they go? You ain't see them go in that near hood. They ain't go to Chicago. They ain't go to
Where they go
Baltimore.
at? Where they go?
They went to DC.
Damn, DC that dangerous?
No, they went to Proud Boys went to DC, and they went to DC on the White House section. They didn't go past the gate on the other side of DC, southeast.
Oh, you
They
talking
didn't
about
go
when
over
they
there.
raided the White House when
Yes,
Trump was
they went
coming?
all the way over there where the White House at. My thing is, run in the hood.
They're looking for a chance to kill a
No,
motherfucker
they
for no
said
reason.
that they want to clean the
Those
criminals
trigger fingers
and
is
help them with
itching.
things. And
Like,
what
my
got me with
trigger
them
fingers
people
is
right there,
itching to do some shit. Like, nigga, I'm waiting to kill
hey,
a
yo,
nigga over here. Bring
and what
your
got me
ass
when they
over here,
ran in there,
motherfuckers.
what got me when they ran in there is y'all the same people talking about y'all support the police, but then y'all almost killed the police.
A lot of
Y'all almost
stuff
killed
is
the
not
police.
understood, and neither do I think I want to try to understand. I'm just trying to live my life until my days to get the fuck out of here. Hopefully, I left a legacy behind. I hate being here on this planet we call Earth. This shit is bullshit.
Yeah, because we not from here. But that's a whole nother. Y'all gonna get me into a whole bag I ain't even trying to go in for real. But you know what I mean.
I think who allowed China to do it is the fact that, because you know America does business with other countries and have
Mm-hmm.
allies, and the fact that we got debt with China that hasn't been paid back. Part of paying the debt back is them to own a portion of America and
How we
whatever's
in,
in America.
how we in $1 trillion of debt, but we sending billions of dollars over to fight a war that has nothing to do with us?
Man,
Ask
America
yourself that
retarded.
question.
I
Ask
hate to
yourself
say it.
that question.
It's like I love being American, but damn, some of the shit America do, it's just like, really?
So,
Really?
but that mindset. This is what I'm saying. Without children, again, going back to the children, with that mindset, the teenagers that we have today are the ones above. Let the babies out. The mindset of the children that we have today, or them children are gonna get older and they're gonna run our
Oh,
country
you
up.
know my brother sis. My sis says she know you.
Yeah, I know that.
Oh, you know Alicia.
That's
How
why I
you
kept
know
saying,
Alicia?
Alicia, yo, you gotta help baby sis out. I know her.
How you know Alicia? We grew up together.
We
Oh,
grew
that's
up
right, she
together.
did. She lived around where Aunt Sheila used to live at.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. I
I
didn't know
knew
you
as
know
soon as
Tony.
she came in, baby sis. I said, oh, that's Alicia.
That's my girl. We went to school together.
I know, sis. The key is to control the Senate and the House. That's the key. Larry Sneed, you on point. And you know what a lot of people don't realize? And Larry Sneed, you political, so you know a little bit. I mean, you probably know a lot. My apologies. I didn't mean that way. But what I'm saying is, a lot of people don't realize that, and people so worried about the bigger part. You got to vote in your community.
Yeah.
That matters. Your local, what's the name people, your treasurers and your local mayors and that's what your local chiefs of police and stuff. Those are the people you need to be focusing on to vote. And then once you get up to the legislative and the other parts and the three parts of the what's the name, then you go from there. But we need to focus more on the community and getting people in our community, because if you can get the people in the community to be with who they are, those people go on to be on the bigger seats. So the ideology that they have within the community is the same ideology that they may not always carry on into a higher seat. And I think we focus too much on who's the president instead of focusing on what's going on within our
It's a
community.
distraction.
It
That's why
is.
they always got all the news and all these campaigns and
Facts.
posters. Of course, distraction. Because that they don't really want us to know the truth. Because if we knew the truth, we could actually have a chance to really have a fight and foot to win. A foot to really win against this
I'm about to
shit.
say for the win, but the only way we're gonna win if everybody, it's been a while, was all checking in from Jacksonville. Yeah, but
What's
and like I
up?
said,
What's up, pinball player?
it would be, it's a way to do it, but it's gonna take literally us as a whole. It's because it's the
Yeah, we
people
gotta come together as a people. Fuck the
as
color.
a fact,
Fuck your religion.
fact,
Fuck your sex.
fact,
Like if you gay with it, I don't give a fuck. We
fact.
gotta come together as
Listen,
Americans, as a
and I
people.
tell people all the time, look, we know what slavery was. We know as Black Americans what we face. We know what we endure still and what we have endured. But one thing I tell people all the time, it's not about black and white. That is just the masks that they put on to keep us focused on bull crap. You know what I mean? And when we focus on, they hate us, we hate them, now they can do what they need to do, because what? Guess what? We fighting amongst each other. So we ain't even worried about what they doing to us. And like I tell people all the time, listen, you have a right to vote for whoever you want to. If you want to vote for Trump, more power to you. Exercise your right to vote. If you want to vote for Biden, more power to you. Exercise your right to vote. I am in no way, shape, or form to tell you cannot do that. I am in no way, shape, or form to tell you who to vote for. But what I will say is understand this. Remember, it's not about who you see in that front seat. It's the people against the government. It's not us against one president or who gonna be the other president or who did this or how much money is coming in. Because I'm here to tell you, you may feel like the economy was great at that time, but guess what? You still paying them high gas prices. You still gonna pay them what's the names and what's the name. Guess what? You still pay taxes every year. You might talk about the economy and all that, but you still working 365 days a year and the government's still taking half. So it really doesn't really matter who's in the seat. When the government is taking half anyway, you paying local tax. A prime example, I pay school taxes, I pay local taxes, I pay my federal and state taxes. Okay? That's 4 different taxes I pay to live in one state. And in the state of Pennsylvania, you have to pay a head tax every year just to live here. So why am I concerned about what president is up there? You know what I mean? I can't hear you, baby sis. Yeah, we worried about the wrong thing, man. We worried about the okay, there you go.
Hey yo.
I can hear you.
Yo, Bugatti, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Man, listen, man. Let me speak on these kids right now, bro.
Speak that.
These kids is bad as fuck. You gotta let these kids do what they do. They gotta get out there. They gotta go bump their motherfucking head. They'll be running right back to your ass because they ain't got nothing going on.
Say that.
It's kids out here that's doing it's kids out here that's building robots. Our kids is playing PlayStation 5 or PlayStation 4 on Call of Duty. Niggas ain't doing shit smelling like loud and shit.
Yeah.
Okay? We don't got them type of kids. So you gotta let they bad ass find out the hard way. They'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I don't run behind them. We got all type of alternatives. Guess what? They don't gotta be in this house. They could go to Job Corps, they can go to military school, they can figure this shit out. Yeah. You want to sit back, smoke gas with your homeboy? Get what? Go ahead. You think you want to go? You think you want to be out here in these streets? The streets goofed out. Go ahead and get out there with the goofies and bump your head. You think you want to go to jail? Jail is goofed out. Jail is all fucked up. Bugatti know exactly what I'm talking about.
Facts.
Niggas is in jail playing PlayStation. Niggas is on Facebook.
I'm trying to tell you.
Niggas is on. They got prison dating sites, bruh.
Facts.
These niggas out here stepping. This shit is weird now. This jail ain't even jail no more. So guess what? Let me tell you something. This is the thing about kids. Kids already know what they're gonna do. It don't matter about what you telling them about the goddamn Trump or the business or they already got in their mind what they're finna fucking do. That shit going in one ear, not the other. When it's time for them to survive, and when they in a situation where they need to survive, that's when they'll come get your black ass. And this going to everybody in the comments. And besides that, them kids already know what they want to do, bro. Don't waste your time. Don't bust your brain on that shit. Let them get out there because they have to figure it out, especially the men, especially the young men.
Facts.
They have to figure it out. This is not the boys and girls club days. This is real life. It's real shit going on, and it is what it is. They have to, now more important than ever, you need to let them go out there and figure it out. You got to let them go out there and bump their head. Stop thinking just because you hearing all this other shit, because, you know, I know a lot of information is out here. It's easy accessible. That don't mean nothing. Shit still is going how it's supposed to go. You did it. All y'all did it. Y'all did. How you want the kids to do something that you ain't even do? Come on, bro.
You sound like my dad with that line. That's my dad. That's what my daddy say.
It's just what it is.
Yeah, my daddy say that. He said, because I called my daddy the one time and I was explaining to him the situation. And the one thing he said, you act like you ain't do that. You act like that wasn't you at one point. And I had to realize like you on point. You know what I mean? And it took me a while. And I think the biggest, first of all, you just dropped some jewels. I appreciate you. You said some shit. You heard me? But I think what it is where I get, because he on point. But I think what it is I be wanting them to be better than me. You know what I mean? And I get caught up in that. I get caught
I
up in
know.
that bullshit, and I need to stop getting caught up and let them, like you said, let them go out there and learn and bump their knee a few times.
I was the
You
same
know
way,
what I
bro.
mean? So I
And
think
I'm
that's the
talking about,
biggest
listen,
thing.
I'm talking about these are step kids. I have multiple step kids, you understand what I'm saying? Because, you know, even whether I'm with their mama or not, you know what I mean? I'm still fucking with them and I'm still in their life. So, you know, at the end of the day, I find myself in the same situation. And, you know, I tell them that. Sometimes with the kids, bro,
Back around time.
and sometimes you just gotta keep it blood raw with them. And you just gotta tell them. Like I just tell them, like, listen, I just want you to do better than me. So I gotta tell you this. I ain't finna tell you to do nothing negative. So I gotta
Right.
tell you to do something positive. I don't have no choice. So you know you can't get upset with me, getting your attitude and all that because I'm saying something and it's going in one ear out the other. What else I'm finna say? You think I'm
Yeah,
finna
that
say do
part.
something negative? So you just have to keep it 100 with them. You know, these kids, they're very smart. You understand what I'm saying? They're very
Mm-hmm.
smart. They got a lot of information. You know, they got a lot of
Can't hear
different
you, Pinky.
alternatives. You
Hello,
know,
people.
this ain't back in the days. You
Yeah, I'm about to
understand
say
what I'm saying?
it ain't like when we was coming up. You heard me? It was a different time back then.
Nah.
Different
These
time
kids,
back
they
then.
could get out here. They could drive an Uber and goddamn make
Word,
$600 in 2 days.
word. Like I
What
said,
the
no
fuck we
excuse.
talking about?
Facts.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. They can make money just like what your sister do. They could do that, and you know, it's so many different. The economy is very versatile. So,
Right.
like, you know, I just fall back. This is just what I do. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, I just fall back and just let them figure it out and do what they want to do.
Yeah,
You know
indeed.
what I'm saying? I ain't
Yeah.
saying this. I ain't saying it's 100%. I don't know what percent it is. That's just what I'm doing because they got a lot of different alternatives out here. Like this, is not the days when we grew up. This
Facts.
ain't that. You ain't got to go to the library.
Nope. You can write on
They
your
don't
phone,
even,
everything on your phone. And that's
my
another
nigga.
thing too.
They don't even got no homework.
That's another thing too. They so consumed with these fucking devices. And that blows my mind. Like they will literally send on them motherfuckers 24/7.
Yeah, they is. You know,
Nah, I
because
can't hear you, sis.
nah, we can't hear none of them. Those two boxes, we can't hear pops in the
No, the
truck.
one I can come, he tops in every once in a while, but the top one says I
I
can't hear
can't
you.
hear him. I can't hear my man's, and I can't hear the brother, and I don't
Can
hear
you hear me,
Pinky
y'all?
either.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
There you go. There you go.
Okay, what's up? What's going on with y'all, man?
Hey, good, good, good. You got some
What's
words
up with?
for us? Because the
Oh,
one
yeah, I
brother, he
got
just
words of
dropped some
wisdom for
knowledge on
real.
us.
Yo.
Go ahead.
I got words of wisdom for real. Let me tell you something, man. Politics is my number one thing I like to do about. You know what I mean? Because the fact of the matter is, um, it's talking about the last year. I mean, when we was going through that situation with the you know the virus situation, and everybody kept saying that Trump was the number one or the economy was good. It was only because of
Back from time.
it was only because of the pandemic and the shippers was they had to get that money up. But now the time to go back, it's shipper time to make money now. So Trump ain't do a damn thing. His politics he did, his his um his things he did, it wasn't doing shit for us. Not a
Mm,
damn thing. The money wasn't for him. None of that shit was from him.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? So what we gotta do is get into the House and to the House and the Senate. They make the law. The House make the law. The Senate pass it through. And you read about the president don't mean shit right now. It's the Senate and the House. House make the laws.
that's
Senate,
what
yeah.
that's why I tell people all the time, man. It really doesn't have nothing to do. See, a lot of people look at a time when a certain individual was in office and they say, okay, well, he did this, and this, and this. And it's like what people fail to realize is that individual did nothing without somebody signing off on it first. He signs a
Right.
So,
paper,
Exactly.
and then if somebody else has to then come back and say,
oh
"Oh
my
yeah, that's
God.
fine."
Nah. I hear you, Bugatti. I'm saying you just, like I say, you just making sense. Like I don't know, like when it comes to politics, man, niggas gotta understand, man. That's a system. You
Thank you,
understand what
bro.
I'm saying?
Thank you.
You got a problem with a system. You niggas is in the water full of sharks. You niggas is guppies in the water with the sharks, wondering why you getting ate the fuck up.
Hey, hold on,
Get
You
out
Smells.
right.
the
You
fucking.
right.
Hold on, Smells. I just want to figure.
Go ahead.
Listen, Smells. I just did 5.5 years in the state penitentiary in Pennsylvania. Before I left there, they had PlayStations on every block within a room. I myself, I myself went to the gym where they would hold every week a game day, and you had PlayStations on every TV with the updated
Come on,
Madden
man.
games. They had tablets in there. You have tablets in there now where you can talk via email. You have video visits that my little brother who calls me sometime and I video visits with him. So
Talk.
it's many jails now, smells like. It might not be in your area, but in many areas around in these parts and in where I'm from, there's a lot of them. Go ahead, my
Come on,
apologies.
bro.
I'll keep talking.
I talk to my niggas every day. I was just talking to my nigga last night
Yep,
on Facebook.
yep,
You understand? Like
yep.
this is what's going on, man. Like
Yep. Hey, Tasha Godfrey, you on point.
they're making
I
money.
have an 18-year-old too, Tasha, and who thinks they know everything. And like he said, you on point. They think they know everything, and these people in
Right.
them jails is making money. So now what has happened is these private prisons are getting more money with
Yeah,
these
making money off
tablets and
that
all this
shit.
other introduction in there.
That's the new
And
slavery right
also,
there.
you know,
That's new slavery. That's new slavery right there.
Yep.
And,
and
Yep.
then listen,
that
let
was
me
in
tell you
the
something. The kids. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah.
My bad, bro. No. Go ahead.
No,
Go ahead. You talking about slavery? Now I was
No,
just
I'm talking
saying,
about
like
no. I'm
kids.
talking about the new jails, the new slave right now,
It
because
is.
they put in work in the jails, and you work, in jail for $1, for nickels
Yeah.
and shit, dimes and shit.
Yeah. Listen, man. Listen,
And they
man.
sell them shit out. Yeah,
Yo,
The state prison I was in,
it's a big hustle right
the
there.
state prison I was in, they made license plates. They made clothes, the cops' clothes, the coats.
mm-hmm.
They made the stuff that for the training for the dust and everything. And them people in that jail, they was because that was the highest spot to get was in there. You got three. It was like three. No, I'm lying. It was like $1 and something a day that you got paid over there. Every
Yeah.
week you was probably bringing in a month probably like 60 to probably like $100 a month off of that part for real. I was in a
Right.
laundry. I made 33 cents a day. 33 cents. And you know
Yeah,
what
I'm
gets me with
telling
these
that's
kids
crazy.
and these teenagers? You're working there for 33 cents in prison, but you'll come home and you won't work at McDonald's.
you. Yeah. You
That's
know,
crazy,
but
right?
listen,
That's crazy.
the kids. I'm gonna tell you something. It's because of they feel like they know everything. Excuse me. Is because a lot of information is easy accessible. You understand what I'm saying? You can pretty much
Ooh,
Google
Crazy.
anything, and you got AI. You can
ooh,
they
yeah,
can
yeah,
they can access information easier. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? Where
yeah.
we had to remember we grew up when these things was coming out. I was born in '84, so we was born in
83,
kind of the
80.
middle.
Yeah,
We we was born in the middle,
84.
the
Damn.
middle of these things.
yeah.
So that's why it
I
kind
was
of
born
looked.
73.
Oh,
Yeah, nah, listen, like even you was born before it, but then we was born in the middle of everything.
yeah.
Because if you remember, look how fast technology went. We was just
Yeah.
using
I was.
CDs, my nigga,
I'm
probably
about
like
to say. I'm about to say. And
two
now, listen.
Let me
decades
let
You
ago.
me
can't even find that. You got.
let me tell
Hold
you
on. I
something.
want to hit.
Let me.
Hold on.
Okay, guys.
Before you say something, because I want you to hit. Go back to
Yeah,
Davion. He said something that I want to hit on, man. Davion said,
yeah,
19-year-old, don't do chores, don't pay bills, and I'm the stepdaddy. I'm trying to be strong. Davion, it's a lot of brothers like you that's out there. I was as a man who has a stepchild who dealt with that kind of situation. Now that's my baby. Like we are great now. But what I will say is stay strong in that situation because it could be a push and pull, especially when it's a son and the mother has a lot to do in that situation, and I'm gonna tell you why. If the mother is not perpetuating the situation to respect her husband or respect her man, he's not gonna respect you. And if she is not allowing you not to chastise him in a violent or physical manner, but to chastise him in a manner of playing the position that you are playing as a father figure in his life, it's not gonna work. So what I suggest to you and the advice that I have for you is I would sit down with her, I would sit down with him, and I would explain, I am the man of this castle. I'm the one
right.
paying the bills in here. These are
Exactly.
the rules that I have. And if you can't abide by those rules, then either you go or I go.
I go. Exactly.
And that's it.
Exactly.
And if
That's it.
100% fact.
and
And
that's it.
Davion, let
100%.
me tell you something.
You know what I mean?
Kick
100%.
And
that
move
nigga
forward.
out. Listen,
You
no,
don't
hold
have to
on.
deal with that, yo.
Hold on, no, hold on. Davion, hear me. Davion Jackson, I need you to hear this. I need you to open your mind to hear this, brother. That nigga kick his ass out. He can go to Job Corps. He can go. Listen, let me tell you something. You got to go hard on him. You cannot play with
Facts.
them. You ain't got no
Nope.
time unless you ready. Hey, Davion, check this out. You want to be out there boxing with this little nigga after you come from a hard days
I'm
of
trying to
work,
tell you.
trying to make
Hell
get this
nah.
money up?
I'm trying to tell you, David.
Look here.
Hell nah.
I'm
All
trying
that
to
playing patty cake and all
facts.
that, you better tell this old
I'm
girl,
trying to tell
tell
you,
his mama, look here. Let me tell you something. You better do something about this nigga
I'm
here.
trying to tell you.
Either he go or I got to
I
go.
go. I'm trying to tell you, and
All right.
once you deal with that situation, slide. If she don't abide by that, because a lot of women don't know that what they do is a lot of women with their sons, they treat their sons like they man. Your son is
Yeah,
not your man,
yeah,
sweetheart. That's your
yeah,
son. So all
yeah.
that ain't no girl good enough for him. Why are you so heavy about what girl he's think? That's not your man.
Talk, nigga.
And you know what I mean? And
Talk.
what happens is that hurts us as men. That hurts your child. Because what happens is your son becomes a knucklehead for the next woman that he gets with. Because
Come
he's so
on, man.
pushing on you.
Yep.
He's so
You right about that.
dependent on you. So now
What
he's
type of
Yeah.
thinking that
weird
this
ass
woman
shit
is
is that?
supposed to do what you doing. So y'all gotta stop doing that. And if a man and women, if you got a man that's coming into your life and he's playing a part in your child's life, treat him as that. If your
Right.
child disrespect him, you check that child in front of him. So he knows
Yep.
never to do that shit again. You
Yep.
Facts.
know what I mean? It's ways around it. It's ways around because
Facts.
you'd be surprised how many men don't mind stepping in where another man has fell. A lot of women think men don't want, oh, ain't no man go. No. Why is it why men don't want it? Because women are not stepping in when that child is being disrespectful or that
Right.
child is
Yeah.
failing, that
We
child is
ain't
doing
finna
this.
keep doing it though. We not finna keep doing
You
it.
know what I
You
mean?
understand? We
And you
gonna
know
do
what
it
we,
a few times, but we ain't finna
yeah.
keep doing that.
And then you
Nah,
gonna
cause
say, and you know
niggas
what
out
the
here
women
trying to
say
live
a
their
lot
best
is?
life though.
Don't put your
I'm
hands
gonna
on
go
my
ahead on and
child.
put that out
Don't
there
talk
too.
to my child like that. Don't look at my. So your child can sit in my house and I pay the bills and then disrespect me.
Come on
But if I
now.
chastise your child, you mad? And come on. So, but yeah, that's what I wanted to say to you,
Come
Garfield.
on now.
I hope you get
Nigga,
it, man. For
man,
real.
listen.
I hope you
Hey,
get it,
but
man.
hey, yo, that's a fact. And look, you can't when you dealing with boys, you dealing with young men.
Thanks, sis.
You
Yeah,
have
you
to
got you
let
gotta be
them get
hard on
out
them.
there.
You gotta be hard on
But see,
them.
you gotta let them get out there. They have to learn by experience. Men ain't gonna learn by you telling them and holding
Thanks.
their hand, and
I
that's
still
not
can't hear
how
you,
they
sis.
learn.
I'm
They
gonna
gotta
tell you
get out
something.
there.
My son, he was young and he was in school telling the teacher, suck his, you know what? Man, I got that school and then there wrangled his ass out that school.
Mm-mm-mm.
I took his ass and I dragged his ass out the school. And I told him, don't play with me like that no
What's
more.
going
Never
on,
tell
y'all?
nobody.
Hey, how you doing? How you doing?
What's going on? What's
Straight
up,
world,
Papa
what's
Bear?
up?
I can talk to you, Papa Bear. How you doing?
What's happening? What's happening? What's happening, Blondie?
Yeah, what's good? What's the topic,
So,
baby?
we talking about kids. You got any advice for us?
Oh, okay.
You know, these children in today's society are a little different than how we grew up. And then we
Okay.
also we mingled it with a little bit of politics as well about how
Oh,
a
okay.
convicted felon can still run for president. And you have some people in here who are Trump supporters, which they have the right to be in here, and we
they can do what they
respect their
want. Yeah,
opinion
you
as
right.
well.
Oh,
Yeah,
if he
You,
could
exactly.
run for president, he been found guilty. He can't run for president now. He been found guilty.
no, he's still running. He still can run.
It's the
Really?
run. He can run.
Yes, he is still running. He is
It's
still
Oh
just,
my
in the seat.
God.
yeah.
Hey,
It's
bro,
nothing.
And,
It's
and
nothing.
listen,
hold on.
and,
Smells
and
like OTR. Check this out. Smells like OTR. Check this out, bro. It's people out here on that Obamacare, bro. That has health care. You understand what I'm saying?
mhm.
It's people that got that. So you can't really listen, self or whatever. I mean, Smells OTR, whatever. You got to stop believing all these goddamn narratives and all this shit on the
Exactly,
internet. None of that shit is real,
exactly,
bro. You have to
exactly.
get off of the computer and you got to
Exactly.
go do some research on your
For
own.
his own. Exactly. Like I
Okay?
said, to
Exactly.
piggyback off of what he just said, we're not, you have a right to say, have your opinion. We're not denouncing that. We're not saying
Right.
that you don't have a right to feel how you feel or your perception of what you see is what it is. We're not taking that away from you. But what we are saying is this: stop allowing what the media is telling you and what you see on these social media sites and these comments and research for yourself. Literally
For
take the
real.
time, stop, get away from what everybody is saying and look for yourself. And I
I'm gonna
promise you,
tell.
when
I'm
you
gonna tell
see
you
it,
something
like
real. I'm
Obama, you
sorry.
might, no, I'm sorry, I'm gonna let you talk. So like, you might not think Obamacare was the greatest, but like he said, some people out here got health
Yeah,
coverage
just
that
like
never
the
had it
stimulus
before.
package. Just like the
So
stimulus package.
exactly.
Some people
So
ate off that. Regardless,
for real,
it doesn't matter about how y'all feel like how they got the money. Who cares about that? some people, they got the money and they ate off that. These are things that helps the neighborhood. These are things that helps our neighborhood, regardless whether you like it or not.
I'm gonna tell you something very important, right? It's a project called 2025. You heard about that?
What is it called?
Nah.
2025. They try to roll back all that shit back. They try to roll back. They try to roll back the about having fair jar fare. Like having like you could deny somebody because they race. All that shit is coming back. All that shit's coming back. They're trying to bring
So
all
you
that
mean
shit
acting
back.
like a sundown town? Is that what you're trying to say? Like they're trying to bring that down?
Exactly. Bring all that shit back. Just
Oh
check
my
out
God.
2025. They try to roll back all that shit. Roll back. And
But
people
hey, let
understand
me tell you something about the politics, right? This is the thing about the politics. What people gotta understand, man, is that, like I say, it's a system. You understand? If you got a problem with the system, then you can't do. You gotta do things that the system doesn't agree with. You gotta really get different. You
You got to
can't
go.
be in the system
You
and
got to go against
expecting
the norm.
different results.
Exactly. You got to go against the norm. Get out of the matrix.
Yeah, cause this shit runs a certain way.
Hold on,
Listen,
just a brief intermission right fast. Make sure y'all like the live, share the live, get baby sis likes up for real. Drop them gets off to my baby sis, man. She got this live going for us. She heavy in them trucking, man. She doing her thing, so make sure y'all show her love. All right, go ahead. And make sure y'all check out Fade too.
Even though we
Another
can't
black
hear,
woman
keep it
who
100.
hold
we
on.
Can't
Check
hear
out
though.
Fade too. Another black woman who out here, man, doing her thing on the trucks. She got a platform as well. Check out all her socials as well. All right, go ahead.
I'm on both their platforms.
All right, bet.
Yo, but listen, bro. And one thing, when it comes to our economics, when it comes to our dollar, right? Our dollar has to circulate on an international level. That's what gives it strength. It's not backed by gold, people. Remember, y'all already know the story. Y'all know the whole story about the gold situation. Okay, guess what? That's what it is then. The rent man still gonna take your money. Mortgage people. I'm at the gas station right now. When I go get gas, they're gonna take the money that I'm putting in gas. So listen, check this out, right? What gives our dollar strength is that it circulates internationally. Okay, that's why when you go to these other countries, your $1 can be 5 of their dollars. Your $100 could be 3,000 Thai fucking dollars. You understand what I'm saying? If all our money did was circulate right here in the United States, it would be weak. You understand what I'm saying?
No. That's not true. That's not true. What happened is you gotta buy stuff. Like you gotta keep buying stuff. When you buy stuff, that's the way the America go round. You gotta keep buying.
Yeah,
When you buy stuff, it powers the money up.
Yeah, but it only powers the money up when you're buying with cash. What hurts us
spending doesn't bring the dollar up.
Has nothing to do with it.
No, spending brings the dollar down.
The dollar being passed to different hands works.
Yeah.
What kills us is we have come into this new era to where as though everything is card now. So that card is getting interest fees. So the dollar is not being pushed around like it used to be. So it's beginning to lose value. A lot of people don't know it's a couple countries that have denounced the US dollar. So it's not even worth nothing in certain countries anymore.
Well, I'm gonna tell you something. Like, you gotta understand something.
That's probably part of the reason why all the countries for our U.S. is still lasting them. What you talking about?
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this, right? Like that, when the more we spend, it's not gonna bring up the dollar. It's like if I just if everybody just has $100, if we give everybody in the United States $100,000, nigga, gas finna be $300 a gallon. Yep. The dollar is not.
Money weak. I'm telling you what make our money weak. When we sit there and we every year, every time we sit there and do the budget, more and more money. So we're printing out more money.
That's what I'm trying to say.
The more we print out, the more our money get weaker.
Right. And see, listen.
That's what it is.
That's what they're gonna keep doing it because, like I say, we in the system where that's a solution to them. You understand what I'm saying? That's the Federal Reserve solution to every problem. We're going to have a problem with Social Security. Guess what? They're not going to let it. They're just going to print more money. They're going to raise the debt ceiling, and they're going to print more money.
Social Security is backed by like these young people right now. It's not working. Now we gonna fuck up. We gonna be lose. Because the more
Nah,
people, young people work,
right.
Yeah.
that's how that
Hold
shit
on.
works. That's how that shit works.
Hold on. Let's check out some of these comments right fast. As what Scope said, have to think outside the box. Tasha Goffrey, she said, thank you, Pinky. Great live. Sister's back in here now. Rhyme Time said, our money been weak ever since they took it off the gold standard. I kind of agree with that to an extent. As what Scope said, it's not backed by gold because they switched it to an oil backing. That's what I was going to say, Ezra, because they did. Facts, you on point. When BRICS start up, the U.S. dollar is dead. Facts. Because then we're going to get back to the bartering system. And a lot of people don't know once them BRICS get up, it's over. One more, 1 million dimes. Not sure if y'all want to stay. Yeah, I'm about to get off as well because I got to get to some things. But I will say this, man. Great live, everybody. Thanks, everybody, for coming in
All right.
and showing love to me.
All right, Pinky. I love you, Pinky girl.
Pinky, you better call me, girl.
She can't hear me?
Yo, I think, but he can't even hear you, but yeah.
Unmute yourself, thank you.
Can you hear me?
All right. Stay beautiful, babe.
You're
Hello?
on mute, Pinky.